Hi all. So firstly, I'm glad to announce that I have finally completed my internship in Amazon and received a full-time offer from them. Currently, I'm on a mandatory cool-down period and will be starting as a full-time employee soon. One of the reasons I'm making this video is because before I started as an intern, I myself had various questions about how do we get converted to full-time, what kind of projects we might work on, what are the factors that determine the conversion, so in order to help others with these type of questions, I'm making this video. But this is not limited to only Amazon. Various other companies also work around the same principle. So this will also give you a basic understanding of, what to expect and what not to. So in today's video, I'll be sharing my experience in Amazon and the following points. Firstly, let's talk about the day one Amazon culture. So due to the COVID situation, I did work from home. I think around Feb the situation was cooling down a bit, and I thought that maybe I'll get the opportunity to go to the office. But then we were hit by the second wave, and I didn't went to the office. I completed my internship and work from home. Now about my day one. So firstly, when you start, they provide you with decent IT equipment of your choice, Windows or Mac, and with various specification. They send you other accessories like keyboard, mouse, etc. When you start at Amazon, as part of your training, you get like 1 to 2 weeks for doing the courses to get the basic understanding of how work is done around there. It's known as SD Bootcamp. After which you actually start working with your team. Your team provides you with some videos or some documentation of how the services that they own work. Once you get ramped up with that, you start working on actual projects, and the project that will go live. And also don't get afraid of the term live, because before your written code moves to production, there are n number of verification step in between, just to make sure that your code is good, right? There's a whole jargon of Amazon that you'll be learning once you start. It might scare you at first, but as time passes on and you start interacting with these tools and terminologies on your daily day-to-day life, it becomes easier. So no matter what, don't get intimidated. Now, talking about the leadership principles, they are very important, and you will often hear about these principles in your day-to-day conversations. In fact, they will play a very important role in your conversion, about which we'll be talking next. You will get various opportunities to exhibit them during your tenure, so don't miss it. Now, about the conversion, the main part, there are basically two types of intern: 2 month interns and 6 month interns. 2 month interns are generally 30 students. If they perform well enough, they get an offer of written internship of 6 months in their fourth year, and they can also sometimes directly get an FTE offer if they perform exceptionally well. Okay, and then 6 month intern, they get much longer duration to exhibit their abilities. When you start in Amazon, you are introduced to three people mainly: your buddy, your mentor, and manager. Buddy is someone whom you can approach for your normal queries, any small problem. He's your go-to person. Mentor is someone who will guide you what kind of approaches you can take. He will provide you feedback for your improvement and help you along the way. Then comes your manager, the most important person responsible for your conversion. Manager is also responsible for leading your team and sometimes dividing up your tasks. It is said that if your manager wants you in the team, you will get the offer no matter what. So for your conversion, both mentor and manager play a vital role. They will be responsible for creating your final doc. After that will be getting submitted in the bar raise around. Bar raise around is where the final decision for an intern is made on the basis of his or her performance. And after having the discussion with mentor and manager, your final results is announced. Now about the projects. So generally there are two type of projects: a fixed one or a variable one. Generally, uh, some interns are given a complete big project that has a specified timeline, uh, which they complete during their 6 months, and others get various small projects in which they'll be working, uh, which they work in their 6 months. So both have their own benefits. The If I talk about the larger project that, let's say, consume your 6 months, its benefit will be that you have a clear picture of the timeline and your goals pretty clearly. You know what you're supposed to do and how much in how much time period you have to complete that. So that is the benefit. But if I talk about the cons, it limits your interaction with your teammates. It also limits your knowledge base because there are limitless things that you can learn on Amazon. But if you're stuck with only one project, no matter how big it is, you won't be able to expand your horizons as much as when you're working on various small projects, because those small projects can be based on various other technologies, right? So if I talk about the small projects, that is the benefit for it. And yeah, it also improves your interaction with teammates, because you might interact with other members for every other project you work on. But as for the cons, you don't have a specific timeline for any of the projects. The more you do, the more you get. So that is the situation with small projects. But it also helps you in your conversion, right? So if I talk about what might personally I think that benefit you would be in the Scrum call, that it's the morning call where you talk with your members, and just give a status update that what currently are you working on, right? uh the It's very important to explain what you're doing properly, the challenges you're facing, your approaches, and if you have some sort of call out for the team, you can do that there also. uh, Other than that, I'll say try to have a weekly sync up with both your manager and mentor, get their feedback from them, and apply them to your daily life, apply them on your work, and tell them how you are improving yourself, right? Exhibit leadership principles in your day-to-day life. Trust me, that will help you a lot when you're preparing your final review documents. That you need to mention what kind of LPs are you, you know, uh, did you exhibit, right? And one more thing, very important thing: try to exhaust all the possibilities before reaching out to someone for help. That way, you will learn more. Okay. Now talking about Amazon, so the work is pretty interesting and there's a lot to learn. People there are high tier in literally every term. They don't settle for less. And Amazon has its own internal world. They have replacement for literally everything, whether it's YouTube, Wikipedia, Stack Overflow, GitHub. And one thing I didn't like about it was its work-life balance. I don't know, it was due to work from home or what else, but there is no work-life balance. Anyone can reach out to you at any time. And since you are an intern, you just can't say no. You just start working. So that's one thing that I didn't like about it. Um, yeah, one more thing that might affect your conversion is basically the availability in the team, because sometimes this happens a lot, that your team is completely filled up, there are no more spots. So, and you have performed well enough, but still you might not get an offer because there was no positions open. So that might happen. But then again, I'll say the same thing: if your manager wants you, he will get you on the team no matter what. So that is something. Other than that, I think I'll just in this video I've just given you a basic understanding. I know people have various other questions when they start. So all those who are starting as an intern out there, please, if you have any other questions, feel free to ask it. And that's all for today video. Thank you.